Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tuesday. So we're here with TJ, Terry Johnson Online, everywhere, talking about social media marketing. So if you are looking to get your business out there and exposed to your customers and create better relationships with your customers so that you can do better business, you're in the right place today. We got Terry Johnson all the way from New York City. We want to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Tara Lena from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So sit back, relax, but above all, get your pen because you're going to need to take some notes. All right, have a great one. Let's get started. TJ, what you got for us today?
Good morning, everybody. How is everybody out there? As Terralina said, I'm Terry Johnson from Terry Johnson Online, digital marketing strategist. We're here today to talk about digital marketing, social media marketing, branding, your website, SEO, content marketing, all those things that you need to grow your business online. All the tools, the tips, the strategies, we're going to talk about it here today. So today's topic is surprise and delight. As you can see on the screen, we're going to figure out what that is, and we're going to get into a little detail because it's the holiday season, so we might need to do a little extra for our customers. So that's a little teaser about today's topic. And as always, I say welcome to the live viewers, and hi to the replay gang. We know you guys watch the replay, so if you're here live with us, let us know where you're watching, what location you're in, what part of the world. If you want to say hello, you want to say whatever. Put it in the chat and let us know because we will show it on the screen. Also, to the replay viewers, we will respond to your questions, your opinions, whatever you want to add to the chat after the live. So don't worry about that. There's always a live chat going on this video or wherever we happen to be. We're on different platforms. So wherever you're watching us, say hello, say good morning. Hey, Cecilia is here. Good morning. She says good morning from Rancho Cordova, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to assume that's California. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Welcome, Celia. I'm glad you're here. Let me take a sip of water, guys. Sorry. You're talking. You need your water.
Mhm.
Yeah. So and also let me put up this little. Let me get this together here. Sorry, guys. We got to get our little things together. So we want you to share this post. This is our call to action. We thank you for watching. Everything that you're hearing is free, and we're here to help, but we need you to help us. So share this out so more people will get the information that you're getting. So
Mhm.
share this post. Thank you very much. All right. So, um, yeah, that's the housekeeping. I was thinking that we cover everything. We did. That's
Yes.
the housekeeping.
Mhm.
Anything we wanted? Oh, I see some more comments.
Now, that's me saying
Oh,
hi
that's
to
you.
you.
Okay. No, because I switched, in StreamYard, I switched the tab, so I didn't see. So that's a little producer stuff in the background. We got tabs and stuff we got to
Okay,
click on
what
that
you got?
brings. So I was in the wrong tab. Sorry. So surprise and delight. What is that about? What is that about? But I titled this in the post everywhere. I titled this "Go the Extra Mile."
Mhm.
So, what do you think that go the extra mile is all about for your customers? Go the extra mile in your strategy for your customers. And
Well,
take
it
in mind it's the holiday season.
mhm.
So,
It sounds like over deliver, under promise
yeah,
and over
yeah,
deliver. Is
that's
that the
it.
same concept?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Because, we're in the holiday season. Today is hashtag Giving Tuesday. If you
Mhm.
didn't know that, if you go to Twitter or Instagram, maybe on Facebook, you might see a lot of people posting about Giving Tuesday. And
Yeah.
it has to do with the fact that we had Thanksgiving last week was a big U.S. holiday, and everybody was supposed to keep it small. Some people didn't. We're not going to talk about that,
You don't
and
want to go down that road.
yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But then traditionally, after Thanksgiving is the big holiday sale. And years ago, it used to be you had to go in person to the store, and they
Oh,
had
Black Friday.
yeah, Black Friday. I didn't say Black Friday. It's Black Friday. It was Black Friday after Thanksgiving. So
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is traditionally on a Thursday. The next day is called Black Friday because that was the moment in the fiscal year for a business to finally get their numbers in the black, because that goes back
Mm-hmm.
to old ledger bookkeeping and ledgering. They would write things that are uh, not assets in red and things that were positive or assets in black. So that's why they call it Black Friday, because the business was getting in the black
Mm-hmm.
finally after the whole year. So we had that on Friday. Everybody shopping online now because of the pandemic. And then Saturday was Small Business Saturday, which traditionally you're supposed to go into a small business in your location and give them some love, give them some business. So that was
Mm-hmm.
Small Business Saturday. But a lot of the small businesses have done things online. A lot haven't.
Mm-hmm.
That's another subject for another day. But
Yeah.
we're in a situation where you have to be online or you're not going to survive. Okay, so that was Small Business Saturday. Sunday really didn't have any like name to it. I guess it was just Sunday, relax Sunday. We had Cyber Monday yesterday. Cyber Monday is the day that everybody would go back to their offices from the holiday and the days I just mentioned, and they would shop while they're at work. But guess what? Everybody's working from home now. So you would think that maybe Cyber Monday wasn't a big deal, but it was because of online and e-commerce. And like I said before, if you're a business that you're online, hopefully you're online. I mean, it's pretty much kind of you behind the eight ball if you don't have your business online where you're taking some kind of sales or your services and you're taking payment online. You really need to do that because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those days lead up to today, which is Giving Tuesday, which is, oh, we've done all that shopping for ourselves and our family. Now we need to give back to people who are in need. Unfortunately, this year there is a lot more need. I think it's like tripled or quadrupled the number of people. I've seen so many stories about people needing this and that. There was something on the news about someplace in Texas that they were lined up, they were giving away food, and the cars were lined. They had never seen so many cars, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a great time. So that's what Giving Tuesday is about today. That you're supposed to, well, not supposed to. I'm just saying that that's one of the things that fits into the weekend of
Mm-hmm.
okay, you're supposed to be giving. So you figure out a way to give. You can go to Twitter, you can go to Instagram, Facebook. There'll be lots of nonprofits that are
Mm-hmm.
asking you to donate because they are helping people that are in need. So that's pretty much a breakdown of the weekend and the holiday weekend. The start, because I want to say the start of the holiday season was Thanksgiving and the whole Black Friday. If you want to know what all the hullabaloo is about, I just explained it in a little bit, and I saw some comments I want to bring up. Hold on, guys, I'm just moving my glasses and scrolling back. Um, William. Williams here. William says, "LOL, how far back?" You mean was that when I was talking about the going into black? I
Mm-hmm.
think the business is going into black.
I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah. Carlos is here. Carlos says, "Good morning." It was Red Friday. I don't mean to laugh, but kind of it was this
Mm-hmm.
year. It was not the Black Friday that everybody expected, but some businesses did well. I'm just saying that if you were online, it
Mm-hmm.
was a Black Friday for you. Because as I've been saying ever since we've been, since March and everything's been going on really crazy, I said people want to buy. They have money.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot less people that are buying because they have unfortunately lost their jobs or other things, but there is still the demand from customers. So you have to be a little creative and figure out what it is. Oh, William says the ledger, yeah. when they
It's
used to write in a book.
a tactile thing, William. It's before spreadsheets and
I guess
people know bookkeeping.
think about A Christmas Carol, Mr. Scrooge. Remember the movie? And he's sitting there in the ledger.
Writing in his book of
His
accounts.
yeah,
It's like an
yeah.
account book.
The checks and balances is where
Mhm.
they want to call that. But I
Yes.
just wanted to give you a little background because that ties into today, the Giving Tuesday, the surprise and delight part of your strategy, where you can get more by giving more. Get more from your customers by giving more. Does
Hmm.
that sound? Everybody get what I'm saying? That you're giving more? Because we have to get in that season of giving, the attitude of giving. It's the holidays, and people are not expecting extra, but when you put extra, it gives them that feeling of, mm, this business really cares about people because they put a little extra. And the extra could be something small. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It could be a thank you note. It could be a little extra, a candy cane. It could be
It could be a call from you as the
yes,
owner of the business. They're going,
yes.
wow, she
It
called
could
me.
be.
Hmm.
It could be anything. Think personal touch. Think the personal touch and how you want to make somebody feel good. And these are your customers now. And this is the attitude that some businesses have. Well, they're a customer. They bought from me. They've purchased from my business. They'll always purchase from me. I don't have to do anything extra. And that's kind of true. But when you surprise and delight, that means that the little thoughtful gift or the thoughtful touch or the thoughtful sentiment that you express to them. I'm so glad you're my customer. I just wanted to show you some appreciation. And it's kind of like customer appreciation, but it's a little bit special this time of year because, like I said, you could put a little gift, a coupon, a candy cane. Your imagination can go wild with this. Think
Hmm.
about, well, what would my customer really appreciate? um, if they bought one thing, and you could say, well, here's an idea. If they, and especially if you have a e-commerce store and you have a cart, a lot of people will go, and this is the equivalent of window shopping on a website. You go and you see stuff. Who does this? I do this on Amazon. I see something I want, I put it in the cart. I don't buy it, but I put it in the cart. And they also, Amazon also has the wish list, and Amazon also has the save for later. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like, I want to get this thing, but right now I'm limited to this many items because of the cost. So it's something I'm going to get maybe the next go round or whatever. So if you've got a setup like that where people can have a wish list, you might want to go to the wish list and see, well, Sally, whoever, whatever, put this in her cart or on her list or whatever, and then buy it. Carla says I put it on my wish list.
Hmm. I don't know. She says I do a wish list too and save it for later. Hi,
Right,
Touchy.
right. So and then she says good morning, good morning. So if we just say good morning to you guys, good morning again. If you're here joining us, this is our weekly marketing chat. We like for you to come in and say hi, where you're from. We get a lot of people that put questions, and we stop talking about the topic, and then we start helping people. So it's really about helping. So whatever you want to say, opinion, thought, comment, question, jokes, we take all that, put in a comment, it will show up on the screen. So um, the wish list,
Hmm.
that's a good thing to have because at this time of the year, or you could do this if you collect birthdays of your customers. If you get that little bit of information, you might send them a happy birthday card or email, whatever. So this is something you might want to think about, having some extra information. And you have to ask for this, and you have to ask permission, and you have to tell them what you're going to do with the information, like your birthday. Our customers, we like to collect your birthday, because we'll send you a little surprise on that special day. You could say something like that, but you have to explain why you want this extra data, because they're really gonna give you an email, and that's about it, unless you preface it and say, preface it and say that I'm going to use this because this is for our, information for when we like to surprise our customers. You set up the parameters and you say what it is, but say what you're using that data for. So
And
go
let me
ahead.
ask you this, Terry. So, and then you don't really need the year, do you? Because most people don't want to give up the year because you can do a lot with that information.
I should say birthday, month and day, not
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
And
So they
explain,
don't
but see,
ask
you're
for
going
the
to
whole thing.
explain that. Yeah, you're going to explain that. You're going to say, "Oh, would you mind filling in your birthday, not the date?" And it's because we like to surprise our customers during the year with whatever. You don't have to give away the surprise and just let them know that you might expect something on that special day. Write it the way that you need to write it, but that's what you're
Mhm.
going to say. You're going to explain why you need it. But getting back to the wish list for this time of year, because it's the holiday season, there's different holidays going on. Like I said, we just left Thanksgiving. um you could you could go a long way by giving a little. You could get a lot from your customers because it gives them a great feeling this time of year. I brought up the movie A Christmas Story, not A Christmas Story, A Christmas Carol, where
Mhm.
Scrooge is this grumpy man, and he I forgot the character that wants the money for the little
Oh,
tin with the leg, and Mr. Scrooge says no, but it's not no. So that story, and then he goes home and then he gets visited by the three ghosts, and he turns his life around because he gets the spirit of giving. So that movie is really about the spirit of giving, and it's just set during the holiday season because that's when people are more receptive to, okay, we need to give because I've gotten so much. Let's give someone a little extra something. And because of the pandemic, that's we're really into that feeling. It's really um,
mm.
around, especially when you go online. Like I love Twitter, and I'm there and I see all of the stories and the this and the that. I try not to read too many of them because it's like, what can I do? What can you do? Give. So today is Giving Tuesday. You decide to do that. But for your business, you want to think about giving during the season. And you could do it any time of year. You could
Mhm.
give a discount coupon, 5% off, whatever, whenever the mood strikes you. It gives a goodwill feeling to your customers that you care. Why is that important?
Mm.
Because you're doing business with people. And it's more important now because it's not that face-to-face interaction anymore, because everything's going online. Every key e-commerce stores are online. Everybody buys things, puts it in their cart, and it's very not mechanical, but it's kind of there's no human interaction. There's no friendly face saying, "Hi, can I help you? Did you find everything you need when you go in the store?" The sales associate, did you find everything you need? The good stores will do that. Most of them will ignore you. But the ones that say, did you find everything you need? Can I help you? I have this in this color or size. It depends on the level that you're going into.
Mhm.
So it's all about building a relationship with them.
Mhm.
Because you don't just want to buy and just, okay, we don't care about you. Yes, it takes extra work. And I always say all of the strategies that we talk about, everything that we do is so much work. But if you set up a system to collect this information, like I said, I use Amazon as an example. They have, when you set up an account, you get a wish list, you get this, you get that, in the cart, you can save for later. All of those things are set up when you do an e-commerce store. And this is for not just for products either. If you're a coach or you're a service provider, think about the little extra that you can add, like a coupon or buy one get one free, or any kind of thing like that. Claudia says, I agree. Small gestures get overlooked and undervalued. Yes, thank you. That's it, Claudia. That's it. Small gestures. So the small gestures that you do are going to surprise and delight your customers. And
Mhm.
this way you're going the extra mile. You don't have to, but you're building goodwill. The small gestures. It doesn't have to be a big splashy gift from the
Mm.
heart, something that says, I appreciate you as a customer, because it costs more to get a new customer than the amount of money or expense that you spend to keep them happy, the one that you have that bought
Mhm.
something for you, because you can reach out and touch. You got their email, you could send them a follow-up email. Oh, I noticed you bought XYZ product. Well, this and this goes great with it. And if you buy today, you get 5% off, or you get $10 off. Have you seen those emails?
Mm.
Have you seen those type of emails? I've seen them all the time, right?
Yes, they are coming, especially now during this season.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean this week, and that's why I was talking about this weekend, Black Friday and Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday. I had so many emails. This, and this. Oh, the sale is about to over. His about to be over. His $10. His 10%. His this. His that. Is that? I was like, oh my goodness. Some of them can go a little overboard with it, but I understand that they're this is the deep discount time of year for my
Mhm.
product and my service. So I really, really, really want you to buy. So if you have the budget for it and the inclination, if they write these emails correctly, if they say the correct thing, and this is copywriting, the whole art of copywriting, that you're going to you're going to get them to want to buy. You're going to put them in that buying mode, and you're going to do it with the surprise and the delight by going the extra mile.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so let me get back to my notes because that was all off the top of my head, guys. I got tons of notes. Um, so you wanna think about this, and here's another side of this. Your competition might not be doing this. So
Mm.
remember, your customers now, today they will comparison shop, and they could do it online. And if they know you and your customer are offering the same thing, I mean your competition. If you go to if they go to the competition and they say, oh well, they're not offering anything that above and beyond a small gesture or whatever, they might go with you because you do offer the small gesture. It could be free shipping. It could be anything that is going to give them something above
Mhm.
the regular purchase.
Gotcha.
Okay, because this is a
Mhm.
special time of year, the holidays. People are in a different mood, especially this time because of the pandemic. We're really in a different mood.
We really want to be in a different mood. Yes.
Yes, yes,
We're
and
making a special effort. Have you noticed that people started decorating early?
yes, they started before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And some people right at like right after Thanksgiving, that Friday, everything went up. Poof. And
My team went up.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
doesn't that put you in a different frame of mind? Doesn't
It
that
does.
Yeah, especially when you think about the reality of our situation. It's like, oh, how can I bring some lightness, some levity, some happiness, a little bit of something to this time? Okay, this business really cares because they put a little something. They gave me a little extra. They gave me the free shipping. They did this and they did that. The sky's the limit as to what you want to do. There's no limit. Like I said in the beginning, a handwritten note from you, a thoughtful, I'm glad you're a customer. I appreciate your business. I appreciate you. I hope your family is doing well. Things like that. Little touches, human touches, human touches. So it doesn't have to be, free shipping. Everybody does free shipping. So you might want to do that and that little handwritten note or some little chocolate or some whatever that will, if you're shipping will travel well. But that's up to you. Be creative about it. Okay. So because you want to surprise them with more than what they paid for. But see, this is the key. You're not going to tell them about it, especially with the handwritten note and all those other little touches. They get that when they purchase the item and it gets delivered to them. And here's another thing: if you're sending them, packages and things, it could be the packaging, it could be Christmas packaging, it could be special packaging, it could be something, you know,
To
something
set it
based on
apart.
it. Yes, to set it apart, instead of it showing up in a whole cardboard Amazon box with a product in there, and it's like, oh, my product is it. But again, this takes more effort, and you decide how you want to do it based on your time limitation and what you have. Um, Tachi says yes. I was like, why does everyone have their decor up so early? I suspect people really decorated in March because they didn't know what the hell else to do with quarantine. Tachi, that is so right. You are so right. People will talk. I remember some people on one of my social media platforms, they were talking about Christmas in like September and October.
Yes. Well, for one thing, if you are doing handmade items, Tachi, you know well it takes a long time to
Mm-hmm.
do these things. And
Yes.
so if you're anticipating an abundance of orders, you have to have pre-orders so you'll know what to do in a timely fashion to have it ready for the holidays. We've got a comment here from Claudia
Yes.
too.
Okay. Okay. Let's put that up. Claudia says, I have a whole customer appreciation event every year. The feedback was amazing. See, there you have it. She
Hmm.
does, event every year. So you
And
want to
it
think
was
about
gorgeous. I have
it.
to tell
Hmm.
you, that event
Yeah.
was unbelievable. She and
Okay.
Lakeisha did an event, and it was just fabulous.
Really?
Hmm.
We
She
get some
set
more
the
details?
table with crystal and rose gold, and it was just a real winner,
See, above and beyond small
above and
gestures.
beyond.
It's, yeah, instead of, having an event where there's plastic, I'm not saying that this is what
Mhm.
Claudia
It
does.
was
I'm just
gorgeous. There
saying,
was crystal on the table. There were
right,
chargers, and uh,
right.
the table settings were just gorgeous. And then the food was amazing.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That instead of just serving it, okay, I could just put a plate and some silverware or some utensils on the table and everybody sit down. But she went above with the
It was,
decoration
it
of
was
it.
really fabulous.
So you want to
Mhm.
create an experience. So if she's
Mhm.
got a beautifully decorated table like that, guess what? When I show up, I'm gonna pull out my phone and take a picture on Instagram.
And I
Oh,
did.
see? Oh, I'm at this so and so event with Claudia, and it's just fabulous. Da, 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 da. You should be here. All of those things. And Claudia's not telling you guys to do that. You're doing that because she has set the bar.
It was
By
amazing.
Yeah, instead of having just a plain white tablecloth, here's a
Mhm.
plate, here's a knife, a fork, here's
Or,
a
or,
glass.
or feeling like you're at Costco, so people just come by and pick up a sample.
Right.
So,
And Tachi's right. She says people remember those little touches, and that's the surprise and delight that I'm talking about. The little touches, and
mhm.
you decide what the little touch is. You see, Claudia's in catering, right? Her
Yes,
business, right. So
Possibles. Uh-huh.
right. So everything would be about that. We know the food gonna be delicious. So the presentation of the food, the setting, the table set, all those things she could control. Because like I said, someone else could go, well, I'm just gonna put a tablecloth down, a little plastic tablecloth from the 99 cent. No, we're not doing that. So when you do things that are just okay, I want to say basic,
Basic.
um, you're not going to get the feedback that you need if you go above and beyond the extra mile, the small gesture that Claudia did of the elegantly set table and everything's alluring, and that's the part where you get creative with it, especially this time of year. So
Mhm.
when people show up, like Carolina said, we were there. We showed up and saw the table, and it was just wow. So we took
It was
pictures.
amazing.
Yeah,
It
and
really was.
Tati says if you don't do things right, people will be like, "Did you see those tacky tablecloths? They still had the tags from the Dollar Tree." Yes, see, that's what I mean. You could go to the Dollar Tree and say, "Well, I'm just gonna I need a tablecloth." Ugh. You know, no, you could say, "I can get some fabric, some African fabric, or whatever the theme of the event is. I could go buy some fabric and put at
Hmm.
the table because those are the kind of thing: linen tablecloths, linen this,
Yes.
gold chargers, the napkin rings, the name tags, the name plate where you sit and everything, and all the flowers, everything
And
that
even
goes
if
on the
you
table.
are doing disposable items, at least go to Party City and get something with a silver ring around it, and
Yeah,
matching plastic stemware, because we recognize, especially right now, that people want to dispose of stuff just in light of what's going on. But also, it still adds an air of elegance to a
yeah.
presentation to have something other than a basic paper plate and picnic stuff going on.
Yeah, see, you want to go above and beyond and surprise and delight the extra mile because there's a study. I don't have the exact link for it. I can put it in later, but they're saying acquiring a new customer is 5 times costlier than retaining a current
Yes.
one. Right. So putting customer delight at the center of your business will help keep your current customers, increase their customer lifetime value, making it easier for you to attract new ones. Now, your customer lifetime value is a part of the relationship and the satisfaction of, did they enjoy doing business with your business? Was it a pleasant experience? Did they get something extra, like with Claudia and the event, and you guys go there and you take the pictures and everything? You raise it up a notch. Did the business do that? So those things lead to word of mouth. And word of mouth is like, okay, you're getting all of this free publicity, PR, and you're not paying for it, and you're not telling or writing the script. The person who experienced it, and they're being genuine and authentic in their in their review, or their retelling of the story of the event, or what they attended, or what you did for them. They're telling it in a true, authentic fashion. They're going on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and whatever, and saying, oh, so and so business, I had to do this, or I bought this, or they had an event or whatever, and it was wow. So you want to have that wow factor like Claudia did. That's amazing. You want to do the wow, something unexpected. Oh, they're not expecting this. Wait till they get a load of this, because I could just put an old regular old tablecloth on the table, but I did something extra. I put some linen from whatever country, or something different, or like I said, African print or African fabric or something, or whatever fits the theme, that you get really creative with it. Those things get noticed, and they make a difference. Like I was saying, between you and your competition.
And we are still talking about it, Claudia.
Right. See? See? That's what I'm talking about. That's the surprise and the light. She knows it. Claudia's on it. She's really on it. So I mean, all of this extra work leads to word of mouth, leads to people talking, leads to more sale, leads to more people getting attention and attracting more customers, potential customers to your business. All because of the little thing that you did, or the big thing. Now you can go splash it out if it's your budget. You decide how you want to splash it out, or you want to do, like I said, the homemade, handmade, extra this, extra note with a sentiment from you, and and especially if you're a good writer, you want to express your opinion beautifully on handwritten linen paper, or whatever paper get some special paper, not just something out of the printer. I mean, when you want to do the handmade note, buy some stationery, something that they will see and save. Because trust me, if you do it right, they will save it. Put it on the fridge, on the mirror, keep it in their back. They'll keep it. And then when they come across it, oh, I had a really good experience when I bought so and so from so and so, or we did whatever. Let me see what they're doing this year. Let me see what they're doing now. Then they go and investigate, and you got something going on. Bam. Resell. It's the resell. It's the customer already bought from you, so they're more likely to buy again if you keep that level of surprise and delight, going the extra mile, keeping that extra. You're doing the extra, and it's getting noticed. That's really what you want to do. Okay, so I have just a couple of tips that I wrote down. Because the takeaway for this, as small business owners, you want to keep you want to have happy customers. Happy customers remain loyal. They repeat buy. They keep coming back, and they tell other people about you. And Claudia says, and write notes I can read. Yes. So here's the deal with that, Claudia. If you got the budget for it, you can hire a calligrapher, somebody who has a very nice penmanship. It may not cost a lot, or it may cost a lot, depending on your budget. But I would do that. And if your handwriting is not up to par, mine is like, only I can read it. But so I would not write, or I would try to, that would be extra time to practice to make sure I wrote something that they could read. So again, extra mile, because I got to really concentrate. Well, they got to read this. It can't
Make sure it's not in red and green. I know it's the season, but be considerate. Some people really do have issues.
Yeah, colorblind. There's colorblind people too, also. And it's just, I know red and green is usually the colors of Christmas, but
is the seasonal colors, yes.
But
don't use red and green ink. Just go with basic black.
You might want to use a gold pen and draw some flourishes or something on it, but black ink.
Stay with ink for the text. Black ink for the text.
Buy some Christmas themed stationery if you want to do Christmas theme and not write like Carolina said the red and the green ink. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so you want to keep it taste keep it tasteful. I'm just laughing because I'm thinking about, oh my God, red and green ink.
Well, you would be surprised. People are thinking about themselves and, oh, this is cute, but
Yes.
you stay customer focused, folks. Does that make sense?
No, you're right. You're right. And some of the tips that I wrote down was like the customer feedback. How do you really get information on what your customers like or don't like? That's
Mm-hmm.
the feedback. Remember, I always say you ask them questions. During the year, you might want to send an email. I'm doing a quick customer survey, satisfaction, whatever, and you ask them a couple of questions. You know, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? What do you like most? What do you like the least? You think of the questions. And Tachi says it needs to be readable. Yes, that's what I was saying. If you know you write something and people can't read it, maybe you want to ask somebody else in your family or somebody that you know you have that has good penmanship, or you might want to hire a calligrapher, or it depends on how much money you want to spend. But think about this: if you do something that is professional like a calligrapher, that's really going to get wow, because they notice that that's something. I hand wrote this versus it's a calligrapher, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks like you've gotten wedding invitations, then different invitations that were handwritten like that. They really stand out. So again, based on your budget, you don't have to splash it all out, but just make sure, like Tachi and Claudia says, make sure they can read the note.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't want to type it out. I mean, you could print something on the computer, but that's not surprise and delight. Really
Okay.
not. That's machine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do machine. So the customer feedback is you need to start asking them before this time of the year. Because see, now I'm just mentioning doing it this time of the year because it's the holidays, but you can do this anytime you feel like. You can do it during the summer on their birthday.
You're so right, Tati.
Tati said, see, they shouldn't have taken cursive out of curriculum. They did. And here we
You,
are.
you are so correct, because now the question is, can certain demographics even read
We'll
cursive?
start learning. Claudio says also I like to think it was silly to change the verbiage, but I do have customers that they don't acknowledge certain holidays. They appreciate being generic during the holidays. I'm glad you brought that up, Claudia, because that's what I was saying about holidays. I didn't say Christmas and this and that. I said holidays because there's Jewish holidays, there's Muslim holidays, there's all kind of holidays during this time in the year. So
Mm-hmm.
you and this is another thing I've heard argument. I don't want to get into, but it's like, oh, you're taking Christmas out of Christmas. We're not going to talk about that. It's the fact that you're inclusive, okay? Not leaving anybody out and assuming that people are one religion or another. So this is again fits in with customer feedback, and you want to tell them why you're asking so many personal, detailed questions if you are. But you want to say, this is so that we can better help you, and we can serve you better. Our customers as a business, we want to make sure we're in agreement and a relationship with you that's beneficial to both.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to write that to say this is why I'm asking you these questions because it leads to better service for
If
you.
you don't know how to write that, look at some of the things that you've received from people trying to get you to give them their information,
Yes,
and see how
yes,
they worded it. If it felt good, then snag some of it and
yes,
wordsmith
yes,
it.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Tanya says, right, not everybody celebrates Christmas. Exactly. We forget that. We forget that. But you can't, as a business, be inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to you how much you want to include. I mean, the levels of, it's up to you. You've got time to include everybody. Claudia says, I'm definitely not sending Thanksgiving wishes to Native American people. See, there you go. That's another example of, okay, what do we want to do? And that's another thing. Going back with the Native American, we had to deal with Columbus Day when we were, now they're starting
Mhm.
to call it Indigenous Peoples Day or something like that. So
Mhm.
you want to be aware of, and this is really the younger generation. Gen Z is really leading this charge of we need to change the way we call things. They're
And be
really,
sensitive to real history.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I think they just want us to be genuine about what really happened and stop all this spinning of the truth.
Yeah, and see, realize that I know on my level and your level of education when we were in school, certain things were taught and certain things were left out. But now, coming to today, kids are learning much more. They're learning the stuff that was left out of the books that
Well,
we
they
had.
can Google it, and now they can hold
Yes,
people accountable.
yes, they're Googling, but they're also in schools, depending on your school system and curriculum, they are starting to include things that were left out because that's being demanded by the parents.
Hmm.
So it is no, it is you can Google it, but
Lakeisha,
also the school. Okay, Lakeisha. Hey, hi Lakeisha.
how you
It
doing, Lakeisha?
says truth matters.
Yes, it
And
does,
that's it
Lakeisha.
in a nutshell. Once you stick to your truth, you can't go wrong. Stick with the truth. You can't go wrong. And like I said before, you decide the level of inclusivity that you're going to do. You could say, well,
Hmm.
I'm going to investigate every religion and every this and that celebrates during this time, and I want to put it all together. And I'll give you an example. Like when you live in New York City, things aren't just printed in English for the
Hmm.
public. It's different. There's like Russian and uh, uh, Mandarin and Spanish and French and this. So when we get stuff, especially that's based from the city, from the government, there's like 12 different languages there.
Yes, we have the same issue, same not
Yeah,
issue, but the same,
yeah. So, but I know other
same
places, other
inclusivity,
smaller,
efforts
other
here in
right,
California. Yeah.
other smaller states don't do that because it costs money for them to do, but whatever the reason, they don't do that. But like New York, California, maybe Texas, Chicago, the metropolitan areas where there's a large
Tend
urban
to do
or
that. Hmm.
they do that because they have multicultural. Let's call it that multicultural, and they want to be inclusive. So they don't want to leave anybody out. Where you have other states where we will not name that
Hmm.
they're like English, and that's it.
Hmm.
And
Well,
then
Lakeisha says, here we go. They're learning
oh
from their different friends.
yes, oh you mean the Gen Z, right? The younger
Hmm.
generation. So there's a lot there. Some of the older people they call them the boomers are a little upset with what the younger generation is doing because they're
I
stirring up
don't
the
I
tub.
don't know why, because the boomers stirred it up when they were young. What are they
Exactly.
talking about?
They forgot. They forgot. They
They
forgot.
were in the street, they were
Yes.
having love-ins and
Protesting.
everything else.
Thank you. They forgot. With age, you forgot.
They
So,
they got it from their mamas.
I mean that because we could get into it's all the gender bias, this and that,
No.
all that stuff. But the Gen Z, the younger generation, and I should really start saying, is it Gen Alpha? There's an even younger generation, like the under 13-year-olds. Is it? I forgot the name of them. I think they're Alpha. I have to check. But
Okay.
they're the ones that are saying, "Why are you doing stuff like this?" And boomers are saying, "Well, that's the way we've always done it," and they don't.
Really? Are they really?
Yes, dude. I think we talked about this earlier this year that there
Oh
was a
my
whole
gosh.
meme called "Okay Boomer" that Gen Z says to people that they consider grandma age. They call them and it's supposed to be like a diss. It's supposed to be like a put down, like
Uh-huh.
okay Boomer, you're old. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything. Stand to the side. You're in our way.
Uh-huh.
So they go, okay Boomer, like it's dismissive. Gen Alpha. Yes, thank you, Tachi. I knew Tachi would come in and give me the correct. It's yes, Gen Alpha. And I think that's 13 and below, I
Hmm.
believe. We had to check. You know, there's so many the demarcation line for all of the generation thing. People got different ways of saying it, but I believe it's 13 and under. But that's the group that are they the Gen Alpha is the group that they were born with a tablet and a phone in their hand.
Okay.
They don't
That
know
was my
what a rotary,
granddaughter, and
yeah,
yeah.
right? They don't know
Hmm.
what a rotary phone is. They don't know what a VCR is. They don't know what all of those manual things are. Everything is to them, everything is available.
Hmm.
Versus when I was like, well, I wanted MTV, couldn't get it because my mom was like, we're not taking an MTV. But now kids, they get whatever they want: music, entertainment, information, education. Like Tara Leah said, it was like
Yeah, and
Google
they
it,
didn't have
or they
to watch the evolution of the whole thing either.
right, they
Those
jump
different
right into the
devices
pool.
that built on, yeah.
Yeah, because they in their homes they have which I'm not gonna say a name, and then they have the Google Assistant, and where they the voice
Hmm.
activation, the voice assistant. So I remember there were so many little memes about kids ordering things from Amazon.
I remember that.
Remember that? Remember that? The parents was like, "What is this showing up at night?" Because UPS brought this big Amazon thing, dollhouse. So I think some kid ordered a dollhouse and it showed up. I was
Oh my
like,
God.
yeah, you got to change your settings, on your device, because it's an instant. And that was the idea of the convenience of having the item. Was like you didn't have to go to the website, find what you want, put it in the cart, put your credit card, and it just whoop, it's just one stop shopping by saying the voice.
Hmm.
So that kind of bit the parents in the butt because they were like, "What is?" And then when they got the bill, whoo,
Wow.
okay,
Well,
okay,
Claudia has a
so
comment over here I think
oh,
we
okay,
really should read.
yeah.
Um, Here, I'll put it up. I could never understand why folks don't embrace other cultures. I agree with Lakeisha. I've learned so much from my cultured friends. Hmm.
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 Um. Oh, here, Khalid is here. Hi, Khalid,
Hi, Colette. I
beloved.
didn't see you. You slid
Yeah,
in there.
we didn't see it. I see there's a bunch of comments. Tachi said everything here is Spanish and Creole
Creole.
as Creole as English. Like my words not coming out. And then Tachi says, well, then boomers will just have to stay mad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like,
Okay, boomer.
I don't understand it. Everybody gets to have their day. Okay. Maybe
Yes.
your day is over. Maybe your day is still rising. It depends on your attitude.
Well, listen, I'll tell you a real quick story that one of my neighbors, I might have mentioned this before, that one of my neighbors is 80 years old. She's a former actress, and she's done a lot of stuff and traveled and everything.
Mhm.
And she wanted to do a project, so she's trying to do something around the homeless, a project here. And she was like, she asked me to help her with some things, and then I was like, okay, we need to communicate better than email. So I put her on Slack.
Okay.
Okay, she picked it up. Yeah, I showed her but you have to have the youthful mindset of technology is here. I need to learn it, and I need to ask questions when I don't know it, and if I gotta repeat something or write, because she wrote everything down. And then I
Mhm.
tell everybody that story. I was like, if I can get an 80-year-old person on Slack to understand Slack, to use it and like it,
Mhm.
what's your excuse? It's all here. It's mental. So if you're resistant to technology and resistant to digital and resistant to voicing, then you're going to be a okay boomer, and you're going to unfortunately the steamroller is going to roll over because this technology train ain't stopping. It's getting faster. Okay, so you either get on the train or stand out the way so you don't get run over.
Okay.
What's going on? So that's the whole thing. I look at it as attitude. The attitude. You don't have to do what the youth do. Like TikTok, I said you don't have to go. There's lots of people that go on TikTok and don't dance at all.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you don't have to do exactly what they do, because one, you're gonna look foolish because you're
Okay.
a certain age and you TikTok. I mean, unless you can pull it off. Now, if you can pull it off, then you do it.
Yeah.
Um, um. Oh, I was gonna bring. I'm not gonna bring that up. Let me get back to the comments. Oh, Lakeisha says where? Oh, they're
It's
talking to
not
each
very
other.
touchy.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're talking to each other. So on StreamYard, guys, we can't see nested. The comments aren't nested like they
Hmm.
are on Facebook or wherever. So it's like when they pop up, it's just a list. So, um, oh, Tachi says, I just need to say that you ladies are glowing today. The skin is just divine, melanin popping.
Believe
Oh,
it.
thank you. Thank
It's all
you.
because of Lakeisha. No.
We try, and that's another thing about doing a live stream. I've seen people that come on just, and that's okay, but sometimes you might want to surprise and delight and up it and say, okay, I'm going to present myself a little bit more sharper. That's all. But not to put down the people that, they come on with the bed head or the whatever they decide to come wash your face and come on and do live streaming. So that's a little side thing about live streaming. Okay, so I have some more tips before we run out of time. We got a few more minutes,
Yes, if you minutes.
and I forgot to set my phone, so it locked. Yay, yay, yay. Um, okay, so always come up with something that adds a benefit to the customer experience. Because remember, all the surprise and delight, the end of it, the really ball of wax is customer experience. And I want to talk about that just a real second before I go back to the tips. Because customer experience, especially the way marketing is now with the pandemic, and we're not going to the stores and things are coming to us, the differentiator is going to be the experience that you provide to the customer so they memorize it. They're going to remember it. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
if you do something special, the handwritten note, the this, and that, and the other, they're going to save it and remember it. So that's the key. You want to be top of mind. So that's why this whole, go the extra mile, surprise and delight works, because the word of mouth, and they remember you. You want to be
Mm-hmm.
remembered. You don't want to be forgotten. Oh, Claudia got a big comment here. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's go back to that.
Yeah.
Yes, be more earthy. Tachi's already there. Her be more
Mm-hmm.
series. Claudia says, the other thing I don't understand, I remember working the hospital, and this lady kept calling me colored girl, even though I clearly had a name tag. I was reprimanded because I ignored this patient. But you were blessed enough to live 100 years. You need to get with the program, right, Terry? Don't resist the newer age of the next generation. Wow. So see, these are some of the things that happen and this is really about the older generation thought process. Thank you for saying
Mm-hmm.
that, Claudia. That um on one end, this kind of thinking is dying out of, and you know why I'm not going. I always try to be kind, but those people are moving on,
Mm-hmm.
and God bless them. So
Mm-hmm.
once we get rid. See, I was trying to be nice. Once that kind of
It
thinking
came
goes
to pass.
away,
It
yes,
came to
that thing.
pass.
We can't wait for the day when that thinking goes away. It's slowly happening, and it's because of Gen Z, Gen Alpha, millennials a little bit, but it's really gonna be the younger generation that gets rid of all those kind of things because they are inclusive. Like I said about the printing of the 12 languages, or the inclusive of being inclusive during the holidays of every religion that you can think of, the
Mm-hmm.
changing from Columbus Day to Indigenous People Day. Those things are going to continue, and it's going to be more. So if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say.
I don't
um
either. I
Tachi
used to
says,
be a history teacher. It
yeah.
just is what it is, people. Now you can just deal with the truth or not.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's the train is gonna roll on, and you either get on or you're gonna get a steamroll. Sorry, that's life. Tachi says, and this is the color, and this color girl will just let you sit there. Hashtag rubbish. Claudia says, right, that's what happened. So see, that's that.
Well, your attitude will determine your altitude no matter
Yes.
how old you are. So you
Hmm.
need to get your attitude together.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. We got no time for
Because
that. We're
you
moving.
learn these things. These are learned behaviors. You can unlearn some stuff.
Yes. I would say do all the things that build a delightful experience with anyone who comes in contact with your business, or or as a customer of yours because you want to have a benefit to their customer experience, but you want to also be careful because you want to think about things that work. So one example I have here is like if someone was offering printed discount coupons to walk in, to bring in. We're not doing that because of the pandemic. So you would transfer to everything online. So that's what I was saying earlier about your business. You should have some kind of online presence now. It's not a, oh, that's okay, I'll get to it whenever. And you see what happened. Pandemic hit and the world stopped. So you got your wake up call. So I hope that business is doing things to uh have a digital presence now. So also try to be innovative. I was saying about that, be creative. Oops, I lost my notes. Swiping too fast, trying to rush before the end. Okay, so yeah. Oh, be innovative. Um, yeah. Also, you want to do timely responses to inquiries. That means comments, emails, customer service. You want to be sure about that. And here's the thing I said, be kind and think about your customers' happiness. That's the key. That's really what's going to drive you. Because remember, you're being kind to your customers. It's a quality people. Remember. So you just want to, those are some of the things you want to keep in mind. Okay. Yeah, so that, I mean, I wanted to bring this topic up, the surprise and the delight, because I know, like, I'm glad Claudia is already doing it. She knows all about this. Small gestures, going the extra mile, doing things that will delight your customers. But a lot of people aren't, and this is why I was saying about your, keeping an eye on your competition. If they're not doing it, you do it. And this is another thing I see a lot of business. Well, nobody's doing it, so they're afraid to be the first. Don't be afraid to be the first. Steve Jobs was the first, and look what happened here. I'm just saying. So don't think about, well, nobody's doing it, I don't want to be a laughing stock or somebody that do it. You'll stand out. It's going to bring you more exposure. You bring more people to your business and they get to see what it's about, investigate, and they like it. They buy from you. They word of mouth you. They talk about you online and all those things that Claudia, when she had her event. Wonderful stuff. That's what you want.
I want to remind everybody too, if you didn't do it in 2020, it's okay to start in 2021. People are still there. They're still waiting for you. And it really is okay because maybe you needed time to rethink. Maybe you went through something in 2020 and you needed some time to recover mentally, physically, or spiritually, or financially, whatever it was you had going on. People understand. It's okay to come back.
Yeah. And like Lakeisha said about truth, if this is your truth, if you really feel like in your business, I need to say this or offer this or do this, but I'm not sure about the customers, that's your key to doing anyway, because you're forward thinking. You're ahead of the market. It's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to you because you're there doing it when nobody else is doing it. Just like I said, with the pandemic came around and people were doing things and nobody was paying attention. Now it's like they got a rush of customers and a rush of attention because they were already in the space doing it. That's what I mean. I want you to do it, even though it's like, well, nobody else is doing it. It feels scary. Do it. What do you got to lose? What do you got to do to lose? You're not going to look silly. And again, you're forward thinking. You're ahead of the time. Like I said with Steve Jobs, nobody was doing what he did. There was nobody making smartphones and this and that. He was like, okay, this is what I want to do. The market caught up to him. And look at Apple now.
And remember, people are booking trips and cruises and things a year out. So,
forward thinking. You want to be in the spot now because next year, we don't know. Next summer, maybe prayerfully that things will be not back to normal, but it'll be better than what it is now. So you want to be prepared for the avalanche.
And this is the new normal. People like the convenience of stuff coming straight to them.
Right. So it'll never be what it was pre-pandemic. It's going to be a hybrid or a combination of going in the store, but they love that convenience of things coming to them. We lazy. I'm going to tell you, I'm lazy. I'm like, hey, if it's coming to me.
Well, my thing is, why should I get in my car if I don't have to?
Right.
And the other thing is that Cyber Friday has now turned into pardon me, Black Friday is now
Party.
turned into Cyber Month.
Right. So they started. They didn't even wait for Black
But
Friday this year. They were starting Black Friday before Black
the
Friday.
week before, yeah.
Right. It was so we. It's not limited. Claudia says, "Oh my OMG! I just got the best idea for the customers in light of the pandemic. For customers this year, this is why we tune into you, wonderful ladies. Oh,
Oh, bless you,
thank you.
Claudia. We
That's what
love
we're
you,
here
girl.
for. That's what
Let
we're
us
here
know
for
how
to
we
help.
can help.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we here for, Claudia. We're here to help. That's why I said I will bring a topic and we'll talk about it. But somebody in the chat will say, I'm doing this or I'm doing that, and we'll
Mhm.
start talking about that. So it's not really like, okay, we're here and we're just going to talk about this topic and not include you guys. That's what I love about the live chat, that we got
Yes. We don't
interaction, we
want
got
to be
opinion.
talking heads over here.
Right. We want to give you a aha moment. You want to give you an aha moment. We want you to think. So that's really what strategy is about. Your marketing strategy. You're going to get the ideas that you need to put in place for your business. Everything is not cookie cutter. You don't need to follow exactly what you see somebody
Mhm.
online say or do. You're going to get an idea and work with it. So Claudia is on the right track, and I know everybody else is too. So that's why we're here. We're here to help every day. Good chicks.
To help you run a profitable business that's fun to run. So, Terry,
Exactly.
where can we find you online?
Well, I'm going to put up this graphic so you can see where I am online. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is WebGirl TJ, but everything else is Terry Johnson online. That's where you'll find me. Just Google it. Go to every platform that you like and type in Terry Johnson online, and you'll find me there. And the
Great.
biz chick, you want to join the group and follow
We would
and
love for you to join our community. Just
yeah.
text biz to 33777 and join the Biz Chicks community. We are looking forward to bringing you information that will help you run a profitable business that's fun to run.
Yeah, we're
So, with
all here
that,
to help.
yep, we want to remind you that tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be talking to Coach Karen. Um, about your money and your mind. On Thursday,
Hmm.
we're actually going to have a Norwix party, so you'll
Oh,
be able to buy during the broadcast from
good
Happily
idea.
Green Clean, Brenda
Brenna.
Orsi. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
And so we look forward to that with Robin. Shamizu is going to be hosting that, and so bring your wallets and come on in and find some wonderful things for your home. And on Friday, we're going to be talking tech and English. So don't be scared. Come on in and get some great information. With that, we want to remind you to go to the front of your own line. And we still got
We
comments.
got one more comment. Cecilia says, I have to agree with Claudia. I get an idea. Instead of name settings, I'm going to place a pic of them on a small, beautiful frame. See, there's
Yeah,
your idea.
that's
Wonderful
nice.
ideas. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. So with that, we'll see you tomorrow, the same time. We hope you'll keep the ideas flowing. And let me get rid of this banner.
Yeah, we
And
got a lot of things to click on in StreamYard, guys. So
yes, we
bear
do.
with us.
Yes, we do. So we just want to thank you for tuning in. We couldn't do it without you,
Yeah,
and we
thank you.
appreciate you.
Thank you. We really appreciate all the chat, the comments, the opinions from that's why I love the live chat. So thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We really do.
So remember, go to the front of your own line. Bye bye.
Bye everybody. Have a good day.